Hello and welcome to the A Quilting Life podcast. I'm Sherri McConnell from A Quilting Life.
And I'm Chelsi from Chelsi Stratton Designs.
And today is December 9th, 2024. We are super excited to be here with you for episode 127 of the podcast. I have just a couple more announcements. We actually inadvertently left these out when we recorded today's episode that you're watching. So I just want to pop in with a couple of quick announcements. First is that you are able to enroll now in my Quilting Life Academy. It's a 6-week online course that starts from the very beginning. It's perfect for beginner or intermediate quilters. You'll have access to the lessons. You can go at your own pace, watch them over and over again, return to the things you want to rewatch. There are lots of small project patterns included, and then we do make a sampler quilt. And there is also a live Q&A portion to the course. I would love to have you join us. This will be my third time running the course and have really enjoyed every single session. We do have a link for you to sign up in the description below. The Quilting Life Academy begins on January 12th, 2025. And also one more thing to mention about that is that you can still get the early bird pricing, which is an over $50 savings if you sign up by December 16th. So look forward to seeing you there. And then one other thing I want to mention is that we are going to be live this Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. We're going to be doing a little collaboration with our friends from Caterpillar. And I've been using Caterpillar products and loving them, but this is going to be super fun because the folks from Caterpillar are actually going to be live with us to demonstrate some of these products. And I know I'm going to learn a lot and I'm excited to share these phenomenal quilting products with you. It will be here on the YouTube. We are also looking at trying to get it on some of our other platforms, perhaps Facebook or Instagram, but that's still kind of up in the air. For sure here Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. Okay, Chelsi has the quilts today.
Yes, and on the wall we have Little Town. This is a favorite. Cottages with some scalloped roofs and trees with stars. Mom pieced this one for me, and she made it in Favorite Things because this pattern actually came out before this collection. And I love it so much. It's fat eighth friendly. So you get a lot of usage out of those fabrics. Love it so much. And I believe Marian did the quilting on this.
I was just noticing it's custom.
She did scallops on my scalloped roofs and then window panes. Oh my goodness.
See, I kept this quilt because I made it. So I love it.
Mom was like, this one's mine.
Yes.
But I do love that you can utilize the low volumes on the roofs kind of to emulate snow, you guys. We don't get snow in Southern Nevada.
Once in a while.
Yeah, once in a while, randomly. But yeah, fat eighth friendly for Little Town. And then on the table, we have another Favorite Things quilt. And this is Juniper Berries. And this was actually a boxed kit with Moda. And it is actually layer cake friendly. Somebody emailed me recently and said, why don't you do layer cake patterns? And I was like, I got you. Here is the one. So this is
a layer cake pattern?
It's a layer cake pattern with
I did not know that.
A matching charm pack.
Oh, yeah. That's perfect.
It's perfect. I love it. And the quilt is huge. So you're getting a lot of, fabric usability from it as well. Yes. Marian actually did the quilting on this one.
Yes, I can tell that she did this
is a favorite pattern that we like to use. So those are the quilts, Little Town, Juniper Berries, and those will be linked in the description of this video.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to take just a Moda minute and new feature that we're really loving. And I'm going to actually mention 2 different things that are in stores now. The first one is Vanessa's Magic Dot. And I love that this is a basic now. Well, is it a basic or is it just a collection? It's a collection right now. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know, but I'm obsessed with it.
It's great.
It's great.
I actually just used some the other day. I love that they combine with our fabrics, several of them, so well. I was making and Billy can probably even pop up a picture of this because I was making this jumbo pumpkin pillow, and I was using all different oranges from our collections and used some tone on tone from our collections. But I needed just kind of like a little contrast before the outer border, which I actually ended up using that dark gray floral from Emma.
Yeah, I saw it in the next room.
Yeah. So, but I wanted just something to kind of bridge. And I had some of Vanessa's magic dot, and it was perfect, and it matched our fabrics.
Magically, I found the dot.
Yes, so I had bought a bolt of that print.
Oh, you got a lot of it.
Yeah, when it came out the first time, one of her collections.
Yeah.
So I love it. So, and then the other thing are Stacey Eastew's adorable Cut, Sew, Create panels are available now just in time for Christmas. They are a perfect project to teach your kids or your grandchildren how to sew. There are several different levels of the projects, and I actually ordered some for our grandkids. Mine haven't got here yet. I need to check on that. But there are pillowcases and little bags and little cute little things for kids to make. So that's what's new for the Moda Minute. And then I have, let's see, we have our quilt shop cards too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I have the announcement that I promised last time.
Mm-hmm.
Should we do the quilt shop cards first?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll start.
Okay,
so we have Stitch Supply Co., and that is Anne. And I love her business card. So cute. And she doesn't have where she's located.
Yeah, her location
from.
isn't on there. But yes.
Website? Or
Anne at stitchsupplyco.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think stitchsupplyco.com might be the website, and that might be her email.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Her business email.
Yeah. You can find her on Instagram at Stitch Supply Co. as well.
Okay.
And then I've got Seams Divine, and this is Stacy, and she does long arm quilting and handmade custom creations too. And hers also doesn't say where she's located, but her website is seamsdivine.com.
This next one, she is a sweetheart, Liza Taylor. And hers doesn't show where she's from, but it's www.lizataylorhandmade.com. And she does, you might have seen her on social media, she does the English paper piecing and just had a book that came out as well.
Yes. And I also saw on social media that she's moving to New Zealand. So maybe that's why her information isn't on there. I'm not sure why, but maybe for work. But yes, she's moving to New Zealand, but all of her things are online.
So it's online.
Yeah. Okay. And it was great meeting her because we have known each other on social media, but we had never met in person. So that was so much fun.
Yeah. And let's see. I might have two more. So this is Dawn, and I have to get my glasses.
How far can you go? And she was able to stay connected.
Okay, I couldn't read that one. Let's see. So this is Dawn from Creative Appliques. She does digital machine embroidery and applique designs, and her website is creativeappliques.com. And then I also had Soft Squares, Lynn Coe, and she's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy, and it's www.softsquares.com. Okay. So I do have more information to give you as promised. We teased it last episode, but yes, Chelsi and I are doing a quilt retreat with Camille Roskelley.
Yay.
This is going to be in St. George, Utah, from May 20th through the 23rd. And Camille will be teaching an all-day class and a half-day class, and you will have an exclusive pattern from Camille for the all-day class. I will be doing the same, and the same thing. It will be a new exclusive pattern for the all-day class and a smaller project for the half-day class. Chelsi will be with me. Camille will be doing a trunk show, and then Chelsi and I will be doing a trunk show together. You will have the opportunity. This is located in St. George, Utah, and there is an incredible outdoor theater nearby called the Tuacahn Center for the Performing Arts.
So good.
We've seen many productions there.
Yeah.
You will have the opportunity to go see The Wizard of Oz one evening if you would like to do that. Just a great opportunity. The meals are catered in the classroom, so like at the event center. So you will have breakfast is provided at the hotel, and catered lunches are served at the retreat. So breakfast and lunch are provided. There is a hotel option available. You don't have to stay there if you don't want to. So there's a separate fee to attend, and then she will have designated rooms. But if you don't want to stay there, if you're local or you want to stay somewhere else, you don't have to stay there for this. Some retreats you have to stay there, but
yeah.
So let's see, what else? So the organizer is Diane of Eternity Quilt Events, and she does fabulous events. It was really interesting because Camille had worked with Diane before and told me how awesome she was to work with. So anyway, we will have in the description a link to the website, but it does not open until December 14th. So
5 days.
Yes, you'll have to wait 5 days. If you register by the end of the year, you can get a $25 discount with the code Quilting Life. So just QUILTINGLIFE. And we, we'll have more about that as it comes about. We are super excited so you'll have a full day and a half day class from Camille, a full day and a half day class from me with Chelsi. And then you will also have 2 evening trunk shows, opportunity to attend. So, and if you stay at the hotel, your breakfast is provided. Lunches are taken care of. So you'll be on your own for dinner.
Yeah. And to be able to see Wizard of Oz if you want.
Yeah. And it's just a lovely area. Also, as I mentioned last time, you can fly into Las Vegas, and there will be a shuttle option to take you to St. George. So we're super excited about this event. And
I love being in the classroom with my mom. I love being able to learn from her, and I love being able to meet everyone and hear their stories. I think that is always my favorite part. It is just a very immersive experience every single time I've been in a room while my mom is teaching. And it's always, I feel like, been a wonderful experience being able to watch you to do that.
Thank you.
And with Camille there, I'm just like pumped. So I'm super excited.
It's going to be so fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
We're very excited. So yes, all the details on the description.
And the show is Wizard of Oz, not Wicked.
It is Wizard of Oz.
I don't know. I didn't know they had a show just on Wizard of Oz. I mean, it's more of like a Broadway type thing, right? Or I've never been there to the Tuacahn.
Oh, you've never been to Tuacahn? What? Oh, no. Interesting. Yeah, I was worried because
it's like a musical though, right?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and maybe it is some type of a Wicked adaptation. I'm not sure. I haven't actually looked online for Tuacahn for the details.
It says Wizard of Oz. I imagine
but
it is.
And she mentioned it. I actually talked to Diane this morning.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's it. I'm going through everything. I think that's everything. To me, it seemed very, very reasonably priced for a retreat too. So I think you're going to love it.
Yeah.
So
we hope to see you there.
Also, the 2 you'll be taking 4 classes.
Yeah.
And Camille will provide the kits for her classes, and I will provide the kits for mine, and that's included as part of your registration fee. So just have to bring your sewing machine and one more thing, Diane will have some available to rent.
Oh, I was going to say,
those will be first come, first serve to the people coming in.
Oh, okay.
But because she won't have a ton of those. Yeah.
Okay, and now we're going to jump into our listener quilts for this week. Our first one here is a Flowers for Emma quilt. And this is from Anna from Australia. She said, "Good morning, Sherri, Chelsi, and Billy. Like many, I found your podcasts in 2020. They have saved my mental health and continue to do so. My work colleagues find it amusing that I find quilting relaxing, having to measure out all these odd measurements. For the past 18 months, I've been using my scraps to make flowers for Emma. Over the weekend, I finally finished piecing it. I will shortly be sending it to the quilters, however, and will have to wait 3 to 4 months to get it back, as it is hard to find good quilters over here. And she said, congratulations on all your amazing work. Again, that's from Anna from Australia. So
Thank you.
I
great
love
job.
that.
Yeah.
And I also love that it's a long-term project too. I think this is a pattern that, mine was a long-term project.
Yeah.
And I love that you took 18 months and sort of savored that experience.
It's also sort of funny that she said, she mentioned how her friends are like, you find this therapeutic?
You find this?
I know. I
cutting
think
and measuring all this
experience?
stuff?
we both have friends that feel that way
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
They
I
don't.
do.
They don't get it.
Yeah.
And then also one other thing from that email, just little things that hit me. It's like, wow, 3 to 4 months she has to wait for, and
That's
you guys
a
are
long
lucky.
time.
You
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
you guys, to have the people, again, we mentioned in the last episode, you think all of your long arm quilters, your friends here in the Valley and Marion and
We're
Val.
lucky.
I feel like I used to have to wait quite a while. Back when I first started quilting, there weren't as many long arm quilters available. And
Yeah.
you would typically have to wait a couple months at least. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That was before.
I am spoiled.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're very spoiled.
Oh my goodness. Marion is like wow. Marion, I love
Yes.
you. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so the next one here is your family tree pattern. And was that a pattern or was it in a book? I can't remember.
It's a pattern.
I remember
pattern.
doing the pillow.
Yeah.
and
The
everything.
pillow was in a book, but now it's
Okay.
just a pattern.
The pillow was in a book. That's right.
Yes. But the large quilt was just a pattern originally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the email. Hello, I recently had a cool experience. After helping my parents register with a DNA genealogy company, I discovered a cousin that had been given up for adoption more than 60 years ago. We have connected and have been sharing all sorts of family history information and getting to know each other. It's been such a wonderful experience. Being an avid quilter, I wanted to make them a quilt to gift at Christmas, and I found your family tree pattern. What a fitting pattern. The pattern is layer cake friendly, and I have a few of those that have been marinating, quote, marinating for the right quilt. I pulled out the Slow Stroll collection and made this beautiful and meaningful quilt. Thanks for a great pattern that seems to have been made exactly for my situation.
Oh my goodness.
I love
From
that.
Judy.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love that.
How amazing,
Thank you.
though.
Yeah.
To
That's incredible.
connect with someone and then give them a family tree
Yes.
quilt pattern.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
Oh my
I didn't
goodness.
mention that email to you. I just was asking about the quilt and everything.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Wow.
Okay, well, with that, we'll jump into a couple of our topics for today. The first one that we're going to start out with is Christmas sewing. And you guys talk about, and we talk about it pretty much every year around this time, but things change, throughout the years as well. But I do know that both of you have mentioned that you actually enjoy sewing with Christmas fabrics during December, basically, during the
Yeah.
Christmas season.
Yes.
For you guys. So what are you guys doing this year? What fabrics are you sewing with? What things are you planning on making? And again, we're actually filming this in November still, but maybe you haven't gotten started on it yet. So you could even say what you're planning on doing.
Yeah, no, the timing is perfect. Actually, earlier in this episode when I mentioned the pumpkin pillow, so that was my last fall project. I'm not making any more fall projects. So I am on to doing some Christmas things. And that's kind of my goal this weekend. We've actually had, it's been so busy this year, but there is nothing that we have to sew right now for a fabric collection or a book or a project or anything, because we are going to be getting yardage before the end of the year for another collection, but with Christmas and everything, I think we'll probably wait and start sewing with that after the holidays. So I have from now until the end of the year to sew whatever. And so I am planning on some Christmas decor items I've saved our favorite things, fabrics, and I have almost every print. I have a couple jelly rolls. I have a layer cake. I'm going to sew some Christmas things, but I'm also going to be doing some gifts not with Christmas fabric. So a little mix. That's what I'm going to plan on doing for the end of the year. A few Christmas themed projects and then gift sewing. And yeah, I have no deadline projects, nothing. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah. I was going to say, we do know we're getting new sample yardage soon, but I'm not going to sew with it until
I don't think I am either.
After the first of the year. I just really want to enjoy this time of the year and the season.
Yeah.
And
I might I might do something with it just in case we don't get the actual, because of our photography deadline at the beginning of January.
Yeah.
After you photograph.
I do need you to make stuff with it.
After you photograph those strike-offs, I might actually sew just a couple little things.
Yeah, please, actually.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah. So that'll be the only non-Christmassy sewing that she'll be doing because I'm not going to make any quilts until after the beginning of the year.
Yeah. And those are actually, that sewing actually will probably take place in November because those are on their way to you, right?
Yeah.
The strike-offs.
Yeah.
So as soon as you get them and photograph them, I'll probably make a couple little things in November with them and then we won't sew with that fabric again until January.
Yeah. I think what I was really, so just bear with me because this is going to go into me being able to sew a Christmas project.
Okay.
There are a couple more things I need to do as far as like designing some new patterns, and
I have to do that too.
We have to do that before we like do the fun stuff. So that's kind of like my goal over the next couple weeks. This month was like kind of crazy because I don't know, November always feels super crazy to me with like kids sports and stuff. And my daughter has been she was preparing to try out for the basketball team. But the one thing I really want to do, and I'm scared I'm not going to be able to do it, is the Santa quilt.
I know.
And we wanted to do it together and it's already December.
Technically we're filming this in November.
Technically it's November, but that's the one thing I want to do.
I thought about that. Do you want it? Because the blocks are log cabins. They're fast.
So easy.
Do you want me to make a little schedule for us? And we'll see if we can get some log cabins done at least.
Yeah, maybe make the schedule and text it to me.
Okay.
And because I don't want to do the panel alone. I've never done a panel like that.
I don't want to do that till after. But maybe we can get all the log cabins made by the end of the year. They're so simple to put together. Because I literally was at a retreat and my friend Jennifer was making that quilt. And she literally made all the log cabins in one day.
Yeah.
And what quilt is this?
This is the Santa quilt.
Google Swell Christmas Santa quilt.
The kit.
Yeah.
Okay, I had that written down
here. We
here.
both have a kit.
Yes.
It is a highly coveted
Yes.
kit.
Yes.
I think we can do the log cabins.
You think we can?
Yes.
Do you know what I really want to put on the back of it?
Huh.
The fireside.
Oh, yes.
I really want to put the fireside on the back of it.
Real quick. This is an episode late now. You guys mentioned the fireside fabric.
Yeah.
After Quilt Market. Okay, some questions have been coming in on the comments. You said it was polyester.
It is polyester.
Okay.
Oh, is that bad?
People have been asking, what polyester doesn't shrink, cotton does. How do you use that for a backing?
So I've given it to Marion, one of those quilts she has. When I get it back, I'll know.
Ooh.
And I'll also have her feedback. So that's what we can't really answer those questions until I get that quilt back from her.
Okay.
So, but she that's one of the 3 quilts she has for me. And I explained it to her. I showed it to her. She thought it looked lovely. Mm-hmm. She was excited to quilt with it.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear this because I really want that Santa quilt to be like one my kids use.
Yeah. So, so we will have an update on that.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. It's off to Marion.
It's off to Marion.
Yeah. I bought 3 bolts. I've got 3 bolts here and super excited.
So now another thing I'm going to interject here is that the Swell Christmas. So, because you mentioned it on your Christmas tour last year, you showed that you had it. Mom had one that was given to you, right? Mm-hmm. And also later on, we're going to talk about sort of recapping the year. That's something you guys mentioned last year about doing, and I get it. You're doing it. You might do it now during the season and everything. So is it so log cabins and then the panel, is that about it?
Well, the
put it
panel is
together?
put on top
The
of the
panel is put on
base.
top, and it's legitimately a giant Santa head.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it too.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll get a schedule worked out this weekend, and we can
Yeah.
sew on this in November. I think by the end of the year, for sure, we can have all the log cabins done. And
It's just mindless sewing kind of with a log cabin.
yeah, and it's Christmas fabric. And then I feel like then maybe in January we can get those Santas on there, and we'll have it for next year.
Yeah.
Okay. So this might be the main Christmas
Yeah.
project that
Yeah.
you both are working on this year.
I don't want to. I don't want it to be stressful sewing. I don't want to make little projects. I want to make the Santa.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's perfect.
Because I do have a lot of Christmas quilts already to put all of the kids' beds. I think one year I went crazy and made like 5 quilts in 1 month. It was insane.
Yeah, I noticed this one needs a binding. If you want to bring me some fabric,
Do you want to bind some quilts?
I will bind, yes. If your Christmas quilts need binding.
I have so many unbound Christmas quilts. And one is half, the binding is sewn on. I just never finished the binding.
Oh.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So yeah, I think that's kind of the Christmas thing. I'm trying to decide, okay, we're taping this before Thanksgiving. I'm trying to decide whether I should full on decorate for Christmas before Thanksgiving.
Do it now.
What do you guys think?
Because here's
I
the
vote
deal.
against that.
Okay.
Okay.
See?
But, wait. You
Okay.
vote against it. But remember, we wanted to do a Christmassy video.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want it done earlier?
I mean, we have time.
Do you guys
after
want to know
Thanksgiving.
something very sweet about Billy? Is he was always very into Christmas. And you were. And you, like, he wouldn't let us leave our rooms. Like, we would try to sneak out at night, and he would, like, guard the door.
Yes.
It was so funny.
Maybe that was more just older brother trying to control his younger
that's
siblings
true.
than being into Christmas. But however you want to look at it, that's cool.
I feel like I could decorate super quickly the day after Thanksgiving. Just just put it all out and do those videos.
I just I guess everyone will still be here for Christmas. I just love, because you got the fireplace done.
Yeah.
It's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. Okay, wait.
I
Billy's
mean,
saying wait.
I mean, it's a debate that people have. The debate
Yeah.
about Christmas music. When is it too
Yeah.
early to play it?
Oh, yeah,
Is it
it's
It's a lot of
decorating?
work for only 30 days.
You know, it's a lot. Yeah, I know. A lot of people have different
Yeah.
opinions about it. Some
Now-
people are very strict, like
Yeah.
nothing till after Thanksgiving. Some people are like
Yeah.
at November 1st.
That's how I've always been. The day after Thanksgiving is when
Yeah.
you do. But I have had a tree in my room for a while because we did that video, but I haven't turned the lights on yet. So
I will say this. We have the family tradition I share about where, as on my husband's side, we go cut down our own Christmas tree the day
Yes.
after Thanksgiving. So I guess that's kind of like true. And the kids get really excited about it. We'll do that again. I'm going to share a picture this year. It's so much fun. We've had snow
those
the
are
last
always
2
so
years.
cute.
Yeah. Lots of fun.
Also, I was thinking of making you guys a Christmas tree skirt for a gift.
Yeah, you need one.
Yeah, I should make you guys a Christmas tree skirt.
Well,
Or I'll
well,
make myself
that's-
a new one and give you one of my old ones.
Yeah, do that.
Well, I was gonna say, well, that's sort of one of the other projects that you might be working on
Yes,
this year, huh?
yeah.
Or around this season. So
Yes.
And then what kind of so obviously the swell Christmas, but are there any other? Do you have either of you have in your stashes any other Christmas themed fabrics that you're using? Are you guys all out of your Christmas collection?
No.
I am not.
I
out
have
of
a lot
ours.
of it.
And that is favorite
hoarded
things,
it.
right?
Favorite
Okay.
things.
Yeah, I hoarded it, but I'm almost out of my stripes, and I'm really sad.
I might have some. We might be able to combine.
Yeah. I'm sad about that. Those are good stripes.
Do you
Yes.
have any other ones that aren't yours?
Swell Christmas, I have actual pre-cuts of it and the kit, but then I do have a Christmas box that has some collection where I have pulled and used in other small projects, but I have some Deb Strain and Camille Roskelley Merry Little Christmas and a few others. I think me and my sister had a Christmas collection, I have some of that. I do. I have a box that is just various designers, but
That's what I do too. It just says Christmas.
Yeah.
It's labeled. It has a bunch of stuff.
yeah, I
by other
haven't
people.
used it though.
Yeah. Or sometimes I get Christmas fabric from Fat Quarter Shop in the Sew
Yeah.
Sampler or the Jolly Box, and I save it for small projects.
Yeah. You know what I really honestly have that box for is I think my hope is that someday I'll be doing Christmas projects with my girls.
Yeah.
And I think that's honestly why I have this box, because
Yeah.
I'm not ever like, oh, I need to get into that box and
Right.
make something out of it, but I'm not getting rid of it because
Yeah, it'd be perfect for them.
it'd be perfect for them. What
learn
if they want to
sew.
make their own Christmas quilt someday?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
tabletopper.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much covers all the Christmas sewing you guys are doing this year or plan on doing. So let's wrap this up with just sort of a recap of 2024. We always do like a goals episode either at the end of the year or the beginning of the year. We're not going to go really in depth with like 2025 goals, but we just wanted to sort of recap, look at a few of the things that you've accomplished. Not everyone hits 100% of their goals typically, I would say. So we didn't get everything maybe done that we talked about at the beginning of the year, but there's a few things that you guys wanted to mention that you can go ahead and talk about.
That's what I was thinking. We could talk about goals for next year in another
in a
episode.
separate one.
Yeah. So just a quick recap I just have, because I do these little reviews in my book.
You are so good. I don't have that.
So this is what I have. So Q1 2024, I did Laguna Sunrise sewing. I taught at a retreat in Cedar City, and I gave presentations to a guild in Las Vegas. And I also went and taught in Temecula, California. And then we did a girls' trip for Billy's wedding.
That was so fun.
Q1 was packed. And Q1 was actually when we also introduced Laguna Sunrise.
Yeah.
So Q2, I did a lot of sewing for our book with Fat Quarter Shop, also with Laguna Sunrise and scraps. Chelsi and I went to Austin, Texas, and we had Billy's wedding. And we also started sewing with Raspberry Summer fabrics then, because they arrived pretty early. So that was Q2. So Q3 was the whole Raspberry Summer, sewing launch. And I taught at Garden of Quilts. And I was able to start working on some works in progress during the summer. I finished my Blockheads 5 quilt. And that was something that I'd been working on for almost a year. And let's see. Yeah, so I did work on some little works in progress and finished that big quilt. And then Q4, we had Quilt Market already. And I finished a goal. I don't know if I even had it on that goal list, but I had been wanting to make a fall quilt for my bed forever.
Oh, yes. I love this one.
And I finished it. I used Bountiful Blooms. I used some blocks I had from starting another project. And then I decided how I wanted to do all of the other blocks. I actually ended up using the same setting that I used for my Blockheads 5. And I got it quilted. It's on my bed. I just feel like maybe I didn't finish some of the other works in progress that I wanted, but that fall quilt has been a bucket list for years.
It's so pretty.
So pretty. I love it.
And I also want to note, because I did listen to the episode that we talked about earlier today, and I think that sort of replaced another project you were thinking of, like the mini log cabins.
Yes.
Because you were going to initially put that on your bed,
Right.
I believe. And then once you realized, I'm close to this and I want to make it fall themed, that sort of took over that. So it was just like replaced with a different type of quilt.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And then you did both mention, or at least Mom did in the episode, working with the Swell Christmas project. And that's, what we just talked about, that you guys are going to do that this month.
Yes.
And, so those are a couple ones that we talked about. You talked about all the way at the beginning of the year. And so I'll go over some of my notes here real quick. So you talked also about working on works in progress each month. It sounds like, you did at some point or another each month of the year. And then like business wise, just you reviewing all your quarters, that lets me know that you did review your accomplishments.
Yeah.
You talked about doing it weekly. Maybe you didn't do every week, but you obviously got enough to really show the things you did. How did you do with cleaning your office daily? You mentioned that.
Ooh.
So I haven't been doing it daily, but I have been doing it weekly, and I actually kind of feel like that's more realistic.
Doable.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
better.
I don't think I really need to clean it up every day, but
Yeah, what are you getting done daily if you're cleaning it every day?
yeah. So every week I've been doing it. It did get really messy right before Quilt Market in here, and it was kind of a job getting it done because I didn't even do it weekly for probably a month. But yeah, but I'm doing much better on that. So
Awesome. Okay, you want me to read a couple of the ones you talked about, Chelsea?
Yes, please,
Okay,
because
you
I
can just-
am not. My mom's over here quarter one,
yeah.
quarter two, and I'm like,
Wait.
I don't even know what I had for breakfast yesterday. Like,
I got to read you guys something first.
oh no.
Okay.
This is from the Greg McEwen podcast, episode 326. And these are questions he suggests asking yourself daily. And did I do my best to set clear goals, to make progress, to be happy, to find meaning, to build positive relationships, and be fully engaged? And honestly, those are what
Matter.
the questions that matter.
Thank you.
It's okay if we have some goals that we didn't get to
Yeah.
in the way that we
yeah,
thought we would.
sure.
Yeah.
This really was a busy year.
It has been
It
busier
was
than I thought.
So busy.
Yes.
I just think with like life in general, which it's been a good year.
Yeah.
But it was busy. Like
Yes.
when you mentioned we went to Austin, I'm like, wow, we really went to Austin this year.
Yeah.
It's been a weird, crazy, busy year.
Yeah.
But Billy got married this year. That feels like it could have been yesterday. And
Yes.
it's not. It's so crazy.
So,
I'm ready, Billy.
Okay.
I'm prepared.
all right. So one thing you said is that you wanted to push yourself creatively in the design of new fabrics and quilt patterns and trying something new. And how do you think that went this year? Because I think you did in both of those things, right?
Yes, 1000% actually on those. Some of the designs, well, a lot of those I had designed in 2023, but like Raspberry Summer was earlier this year,
Yeah.
or possibly November last year.
Yeah.
And I really did. I feel like once I started designing, when we did Strawberry Lemonade, I wanted to just like go all out on a few things and do different things. And it's been a lot of fun. And then also one that we're getting sample yardage for soon. There were a few things that I learned how to do that I hadn't done before.
Previously
and I'm
done.
and I'm really, really excited
Yeah.
about it. I also think with that, I feel a lot more I just keep building confidence too.
Yeah.
And we had one like pivotal kind of moment talking about that is we had a meeting with our design director and her assistant Megan at Quilt Market. And us designers, we actually talked about this. No matter what, we all still get nervous presenting new collections. It's like a weird anxiety we all have.
Even though they're the best and so loving and so kind.
Yes,
Jamie and Megan are incredible.
They are so kind, and it's so funny because they're like, you guys, we love you. And I think we all just still get nervous about our meetings because that's like a part of us. That's like a creative part of us. And we sat down and they were like, this is so Sherri and Chelsi, and we love it. And I'm like, I love you guys. So we have some fun things coming up. So I do think I pushed myself
That you
creatively.
designed in 2024.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, what you work on this year, more of it will
Yeah.
be seen next year.
And actually, the next one I'm designing is something totally different than
Yeah.
what we normally do. Moto's very excited
And you're
about
already
it.
working on
I'm
that.
already
Yeah.
working on it, and it is a push creatively because it's something we haven't done before.
Yeah.
Well, good. And then on as far as quilt patterns, like that last one we shared,
Oh my goodness.
the bountiful baskets. I mean, that's something you've never done before either, right? At least
that was your
one
first
block.
on point quilt.
No, it wasn't on point.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't on point. That's why you
But-
had to design it that way.
I had to design it a specific way. Thank goodness for Natalie and Joel, because I wanted it a specific way. It's a more difficult pattern, and even making the sample block, I'm like, oh, this is not beginner Chelsi status. Most of my quilts are beginner friendly. This one was not. So
Yeah.
pushing creatively, you're gonna want to be a more confident quilter in the bountiful baskets pattern.
And then the last thing I'll mention that was brought up in that episode did you continue doing your top 3 things daily?
Oh,
you mentioned that you really wanted to keep doing that.
I would say I have definitely slacked off, but I still, in a sense, do top 3 every single day. I ran out of the papers and I'm sad.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness. So what I do is Mom gave me the little calendar that I rip off, and I have a piece of tape and I flip that over every day.
Oh.
And I add a new one. So the day before, I add the new paper with the things for the next day I have to do.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then I just flip it over when I'm done with it for the day. So yeah, that's there. But I do have to say, one day I had 15 things on it, and that's not fair to myself.
Yeah.
But I finished them. This was before market though. So that was more of a, not everything was quilting related. I was very stressed and wanted everything to get done. It's never 15 things, but right before market, it was like 15 things daily.
Top
you
15.
know how, you know how that, top 15 guys, if you're not getting them done, you're in huge trouble.
Right.
You know how that feels.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, I did that. I think in a sense, I'm still doing that, and it's helpful.
Good deal. Well, is there anything else that you want to sort of recap or review from 2024? I mean, it's sort of weird, like we've mentioned now 5 times, but it's not even December yet, but we're trying to get ahead so we can have some more family time over the holidays and everything.
Yeah, I think there's still like plenty of time that we can get a few more things done by the end of the year. I'm hopeful. And I know Billy and I talked earlier, I had goals about books, and I definitely think I read, because I said one business book a month.
Yeah,
I probably read more than 12 nonfiction books this year. But I didn't read the fiction. But I do have a couple on my Kindle. And honestly, right after Thanksgiving, I usually get a little reading done then.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because you said one nonfiction a month, and then
that didn't happen.
6 novels, so every other month for that. Yeah,
I did not get
the novels.
So,
gotcha.
But I still have a hope to read one by the end of the year.
My reading was terrible this year. My kids actually asked me recently, Mom, why do you keep buying books and not reading them? And I said, guys, it's the last thing, because I'm kind of more of I'm not going to reward myself with this, which is kind of not a good mindset. I should reward myself with a little bit of reading, but I need to be better about that.
Okay.
What about you? Did you do yours too?
I didn't mention too many things. There is a project that we still, this is like just turned into like an ongoing
Chelsea
joke
Billy.
at this
point.
point.
Goodness. We laugh about this.
We're running this into like year 3 now of this mystery project.
And he has a great idea. We just don't have time, because I don't have time. Well, I'm not making time.
You don't need to, exactly. We need to not make excuses and just do it. We'll talk, set a date, and then do it.
There is always something. Yeah, we just need to do it, or it won't happen, because then it's like, well, Mom, I got to stay after school for beta club, or, something just random.
All 3 of us are really deadline driven. And so when we have a deadline, we'll meet it.
Yeah.
Of course. But
if we don't set something, then we may not get it done. Yeah.
Like an exact date on the calendar. And that's something I've learned too, because I've had these home improvement projects that I want to do. And I actually was reading a recent book by, I think I mentioned it a couple podcasts ago, by Oliver Burkeman, and it was the Meditations for Mortals. But he really, if you have a home improvement project, you need to put it on your calendar, like maybe Saturday from noon to 3, do home improvement projects, put it on a calendar, schedule it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that's, and I know, because Billy was telling me I was supposed to do my pantry, but I haven't done it yet. But I'm going to put that on I'm going to give it a day on a calendar, a Saturday when nothing else is going on. And I'm going to just put pantry, noon to 5.
Mom, haven't you learned anything? I've been doing that for you since I was 6.
Yeah,
just call me.
Well, just come do it then.
Just come.
There you go.
If you make me lunch, I will totally do it.
Oh, I'll make you those new fish tacos that I've been making.
That Vanessa was talking about?
I've made them twice since market now.
Are you serious? They're
so
that good.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
So, and then we'll do sometime in January, we'll do another episode where we talk about maybe setting some new goals or things that you want to accomplish for the next year as well. And
then we can kind of wrap up what we did get accomplished in November, December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then next episode, do you want to plug that as far as...
So our next episode will be December 23rd.
Yeah.
We have a guest.
Okay, that's what I want to make sure. Yeah.
Yes, I'm not going to tell you who it is yet in case, but we did talk to somebody at market and she was very excited.
Yes.
And so I've actually just recently emailed her and asked her to send me a whole bunch of dates that would work to tape that.
And we are excited.
Yeah, so
you actually might be able to figure out who it is because of those market videos, but we'll see.
Oh, that's right.
Tricky.
There was a hint in the market video. That's right. So so that'll be the day before Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we sure are grateful to have you here, and thanks so much for stopping by.